Welcome to the Daily Tarot Messages. Today we will find out what the man you have in mind thinks about you. We will find out what he would like to tell you, but for some reason cannot or does not want to. Before we proceed with the reading, I want to tell you a little about how the cards will be laid out. First, I suggest you focus on which man you are thinking of and about whom you want to know what he thinks of you. Once you've thought about him and chosen him, I suggest you look at the 4 decks of cards that are on the table. Choose the one that resonates with you the most. You feel that it is this one that will tell you the whole truth about the man you have in mind. We have 4 of them. The first deck, the second, the third, and the fourth. Look at them. Feel which one attracts you, and look for the reading on this particular deck in this video. One more thing. We will not just do the reading by looking at his thoughts and desires regarding you. First, we will see what kind of man you have in mind, what he is like, what energies he is in, how he treats you. This is necessary so that you can feel this reading and understand whether the information resonates with you. The reading is general, and it is normal that the information you hear from me may not suit you or resonate with you. Then you can reselect the deck of cards or wait for the next reading on my YouTube channel. Next, we will see how he treats you and what he would like to tell you but cannot, does not want to. Maybe he will do it later, but you will already be ready for it. Choose a deck of cards, and we will begin the reading. For those who have chosen deck number 1, I suggest you look carefully at the deck of cards. Focus on your man. Now I will shuffle the deck, lay out the spread, and convey the information that the cards tell me about you and the man you have in mind. And the first thing I see is that your man is currently in a difficult situation. He is very worried and regrets what he did or what happened between you. He realizes the bitter truth of your actions or the situation that occurred between you. And I would say it scares him a lot. The situation that happened between you relatively recently is gnawing at him. He is worried about it. He is afraid. Perhaps that your relationship will not continue further. Perhaps he has done something and would like your forgiveness. He would like you to understand his position and continue communicating with him. Because I see a rather attached attitude from his side. He would like to continue to win you over, to be in your life, to offer you to try to build everything from scratch. Perhaps ask you for a new chance to rebuild this relationship. His mindset regarding you is such that he would not want to back down. He is ready to continue fighting for you, proving that he is worthy of you, that he can give you a lot, that he can provide for you, or invest more in your relationship. The man here is quite assertive. He realizes that he was wrong, that somewhere he didn't act very well regarding your relationship. But he has analyzed the mistakes of the past and is ready to try again to prove to you that he wants this relationship. The man is set to ask you for a chance to make amends. But how does he see you? This is also very important, what he thinks of you, how he sees you, because this is what determines whether he will be ready and whether he will dare to take the first step towards you. Here, it is clear that he perceives you as a very strong, powerful woman who stands her ground, who knows her worth, who understands that if she is not with him, there will be another man who will take better care of her, will show himself better. And these thoughts about you upset him very much. It gnaws at him. He worries that perhaps you will not forgive him. Perhaps he will not be able to win your favor and be with you again. Because of this, he may be afraid. He may close himself off and not take this first step because he is afraid of your rejection. But let's see what he would so much like to tell you, but he just can't bring himself to do it. The word so much was not used here by chance, because his desire to say these words is very great. A major arcana card falls out, and this indicates that it is very important for him to say this. He would very much like to come to you with these words and ask for forgiveness, ask for a new chance. He wants to come to you and say, I have realized everything. I have understood everything. I am ready to invest in our relationship. I am ready to move forward. Give me a new chance. Give me the opportunity to show you that I have become better, that I have worked on myself, that I have thought a lot about what happened between us. And I now understand what was wrong, what I was doing wrong, what mistakes I made. And now I know how to do it differently so that a new, happy relationship can begin between us. On the one hand, we can say that the man has realized his past behavior and he could be forgiven. But since I do not know what exactly happened between you, and anything can happen in life, and some actions cannot be forgiven, let me look at the advice on how you should respond to such words from him. The cards say that you need to give him the opportunity to prove himself, to meet him halfway and give him another chance so that this relationship can sparkle with new colors. And then perhaps you will see that he has changed, that he has understood all the mistakes of his behavior, and your relationship will have this chance to be happy. I hope that this reading has given you a complete understanding of your relationship and the opportunity to make the best decision for yourself regarding this man. Thank you for listening to this reading. For those who have chosen deck number 2, now we will see what this man wants to tell you. While I shuffle the deck, think about him, about your situation, perhaps about the words you would like to hear. One more point. I thought that especially for you. I will also draw out some advice on how to act in this situation with the man you have in mind. Let me shuffle the deck now while you think about your situation. Well, let's start to see what the cards tell us. The first thing I see is that your man is quite charming, attractive. He draws you to him, and this gives him charm. He is a strong personality. But on the other hand, the cards tell me that in the situation he finds himself in with you, he is having a hard time. And his behavior towards you is similar to him being on the edge. To end the relationship with you, become a free man, and exit the communication with you. Let's see what the cards will tell us next. In his attitude towards you, I see coldness. He is cold, rational, calculating, perhaps speaks to you only on business. He somehow distanced himself from you, became more inaccessible. The card that falls on him shows his closeness, isolation, as if he wants to be left alone now. He is in the position of rethinking everything that happened between you. The person is really closed. The situation that you had before you watched the spread is that you practically broke up or paused your relationship. And he left you in the state of, I need to be alone. I need to think about how our relationship will develop. I need to think about what to do next. Give me time. And he is really now in relation to you, engaged in thinking about your past life, about your relationship. He is practically on the verge of making a final decision about how he will act further in relation to you and your relationship. On the one hand, he perceives and sees you as a woman who hurt him. It is hard for him to think about you. Thoughts about you kill him because he still has feelings for you and a desire to improve relations. But thoughts about this seem to really kill him. It is hard for him to think about you. This is a state where being around is difficult, but without you, it is even harder. All these thoughts, reflections about you, about your relationship really lead him to a dead end. That's why he isolated himself from you so much. But let's find out what he so badly wants to tell you, but hasn't yet dared to. I see that he has something to tell you. Perhaps it won't even be as soon as you would like. This spread tells me that you need to give him some time to show himself, for him to come to you and say it to your face. But his words and his thoughts about what he would like to tell you are about the fact that he was in a period of isolation for so long. He distanced himself from you. It was hard for him then. It is hard for him now to be in this situation. It's hard for him without you. He feels bad without you and uncomfortable. And when he stayed away from you and your relationship, he realized that he needed you. And without you, he is worse than with you. And most likely, these words are about the fact that he would like to return the warmth of feelings, emotions, comfort that was in your relationship. He would like to tell you that he wants to come back. He wants to fix the situation that has developed between you. And these words will still be there, despite the fact that it is so hard for him to think about you. He is not having a good time now. He would like to reach out to you and restore communication. When I look at the advice that the cards give you regarding the situation, you yourself understand that he can come and convey all this to you. You also need to understand how to react, what to say. Do I really want to reciprocate? Do I want to be with him? Do I want to reconcile? The card says that you should save this relationship. Save and give the opportunity for him to show himself and show how important these feelings for you are to him, how important you are to him. Perhaps here you do not need to make hasty decisions now. Think that everything is over, that everything is bad, because all you need here is time. Time for the man to think it all over, rethink it, and come to you with those words. And I wish you all the best. For those who have chosen deck number 3, I will shuffle the cards now. You think about him and your situation. I also forgot to say that I will see the advice for you on how best to act regarding the man you have in mind, so that everything turns out the best way for you. Focus on him while I shuffle the cards. Well, the situation here is ambiguous. In this spread, I see that there is another woman involved in the situation between you and the man you have in mind. This is either his wife or a permanent partner, and you seem to feel like the third wheel. It shows me that the man is in such a position that he can neither let you go, nor be completely with that woman, or break up with her and choose you. He is caught between two fires. And he understands that to some extent he is doing wrong, that by doing so he is betraying you, betraying that woman, betraying himself. But he cannot make up his mind. It's hard for him. Now he is in a state of, I am above all this, and I want it to somehow resolve itself so that maybe the women will decide for me. Maybe it will all work out somehow by itself because he treats you lightly. He does not have the strength and resources to resolve the situation. He also has no desire to put all these matters between you in order, to choose someone specifically, to build something either with you or with her. The person is quite windy, spontaneous. Either I come, hi, let's chat with you, or I'm gone. I disappeared and didn't even explain why I don't get in touch. The man is fickle, frivolous. Lack of responsibility in him, in taking the situation into his own hands, telling the truth to you, to that woman, and decide who is dearer to him and who he wants to be with. Therefore, when I look into his thoughts, how he sees you and what he thinks about you, then here he has a strong tension. When he thinks about you, he immediately falls into a state. It's difficult for me, I can't choose. I understand that she is also unpleasant, but I don't want to do something, somehow solve this. Because in fact, he would like to maintain a relationship with you and be close to that woman. And ideally, he thinks it would be good for everything to stay as it is, so that nothing needs to be changed because he does not want to make this choice. It's hard for him. It strains him. He wants to live freely, easily, so as not to think about responsibility, not to think about what he owes someone. That is why here I see in his desire to tell you something. Firstly, it is hard for him. It is difficult to formulate words. What could he tell you? What could he do for you and somehow clarify the situation? I would even say that there are no specific words here. It's as if he wants to show you in a message. Listen, let's just leave everything as it is and we'll just live well, without decisions, without obligations. I'm cool with you and with her. Before that, everyone was happy with everything. Why do you need to change something now? It is these words that seem to fall from his lips. Here the cards tell you to reconsider all the past that you went through with him and analyze whether this is really what you want. Seeing this situation, do you want to continue with such a man? Do you feel that this is yours? And are you satisfied with this situation? Because in the advice of the cards, how you could resolve the situation for yourself, the card prompts. Remember yourself, that you are worthy of more, that you are a woman who can be courted by wonderful men and give much more than this man you are thinking about. Remember your self-worth, that you can turn the situation in your favor and decide on the step that will make you happy, not him and someone else. Moreover, now these cards seem to have opened your eyes to the truth, to what is. If you hope that this man would change for you, then unfortunately, I don't see this. And I wish you that in this situation, you take only the best for yourself. And you could go into this life as a happy, abundant woman. For those who have chosen deck number 4, think about the man you have chosen, about what you would like to hear from him. While I shuffle the cards, you focus on your situation. And also, I decided that I will see advice and recommendations for you that will help. You turn the situation with the man you have in mind in your favor, and so that everything turns out in the best way. And here I see this situation as if you are not the only one he has. There is someone else. Indeed, you are like the second woman. Either you are a mistress or you are the second girlfriend who knows about the existence of the first. Because the man falls out with such cards that want to say that now, in terms of you, he has become detached, cold. He does not speak specifics, does not talk about what his plans are for you, what he would like with you in the future, his true intention. The cards show me as if he switched to another woman and is building a relationship with her. Because regarding you, he shows such an attitude. You know that you are a mistress, you know that I have a family there, and I can't tell you what awaits us next, how we will build relationships further. He understands this, sees it, and most likely you realize this, but perhaps you do not want to admit to yourself the truth, which is unpleasant. Here the cards say that he is the main one in your relationship, as if he decides how they will go further and you adapt more, because you hope that suddenly something will change and he will change his mind. And at some point he will say, "That's it, I'm leaving that woman and will build a relationship with you." But let's see what he thinks of you now and what he really wanted to tell you. In thoughts about you, I see nothing but sexual attraction, the desire to have a good time with you, to have fun, including physical, nothing more. If we talk about some other desires, to invest in a relationship with you, to take it seriously, to plan, to tell you what the future holds for you, who you are to each other, or about some feelings, unfortunately, this is not here. In these matters, he seems to withdraw into himself, does not want to think about it. It is hard for him to think about it. And he understands that this is a road to nowhere, because he is not going to change the situation and end other relationships in order to be with you. It turns out that what he would like to tell you, but cannot, because he understands that if he tells you this, it will hurt you. And then most likely you will leave. He would like to tell you that this love triangle situation suits him. He is comfortable with it. Good. And he is ready to continue the relationship in this way. This suggests that he is not going to leave his wife or that woman, and he does not even think about it. And here he would like to tell you, if you are ready to agree with this situation and with what is, then I will be comfortable. I will be fine. And the main thing is that everyone is happy with everything. In this situation, the cards can tell you, recommend how to resolve the situation. They say, it's time to face the truth and get rid of illusions or dreams, pink castles that you have drawn for yourself, hoping that someday this situation will turn in your favor. Because the man is firmly convinced that nothing will change. And he is practically ready to tell you this, but he is afraid of your reaction. That you will tell him that you do not share his vision of your relationship. And then he will be left without you, because he is drawn to you. He likes spending time with you. It gives him pleasure. But this is not the level of attachment and attraction when he could go to you. Therefore, the cards say, it's time to take off your rose-colored glasses and realize that the situation is like this and it is unlikely to change. Yes, it sounds unpleasant, but sometimes you need to hear a message from the outside that will sober you up, bring you back to reality, and it will give you the opportunity to manage your life and improve it for the better. I hope that everything will work out for you the way you want in the best way. Wish you luck. And on this beautiful note, I end our spread. Thank you for being with me, for listening to this information. Share in the comments how much the deck you have chosen resonates with you. I will be waiting for you on my channel in the following videos. See you later.